Good morning, everybody. How is everyone doing this morning? All right, folks. So we do these lives to help everyone out with radio antenna questions or just general chat. How's everyone doing this morning? I'm doing okay, just drinking some coffee. Good morning, everybody. What is everyone up to? Hey, Mr. Garcia, thank you. He got the #1 gifter badge. How you doing this morning, sir? Good morning. What is everybody up to? Thank you so much for all the likes. Don't forget to share this live with your friends. If you'd like to become a subscriber, hit that gold star. You guys will get exclusive videos and you also will get discount at the shop. How is everyone doing this morning? I'm on 19 this morning. It's kind of quiet. I figured with all the wind out here, I'd probably try to monitor 19 in case anyone needed help. Any of you guys would like to join the live, just send me a request. Good morning, everybody. Got a few drivers out there talking. That's cool. What is going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning, Mike. How's everyone doing this morning? Thank you guys for all the likes, all the shares. I sure do appreciate it. Yeah, it's nice to hear people talking on the radio. So, does anyone have any radio or antenna questions? Go right ahead. Don't forget to tap that screen and like the live. Share it with your friends. Let's get the ball rolling. All right. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. We're above ground. We're doing good. All right, guys, there you go. Don't forget to subscribe to the page. You guys will get exclusive videos for subscribers only, and you will get a discount at the shop when you order some. What is everyone doing this morning? I don't know about you all, but I'm just waking up. That's pretty sad that guy couldn't hear me. Hey, Thomas, what's going on, man? Got the #1 gifter badge. How you doing this morning, sir? Because I know this base station reaches out. And if that driver couldn't hear me, I'll tell you the trouble. Guys turn up their RF gain and then they squelch it out. That's just like holding the brakes and giving it gas. Turn your squelch off and control your background noise with the RF gain. I'm doing good, Thomas. Thank you. And then if you do it that way with the squelch off, you'll actually hear people further away. All right, man, look at Thomas go. 389 likes already. Thank you so much, sir. So what's everyone else up to this morning? It's kind of a quiet morning. Not too much in the weather department, which is good. Just a bunch of wind here today. But I guess that's better than all those tornadoes they had last weekend out there in Missouri. That was bad. $616 likes, man. Thanks, Thomas. Look at you.
Congratulations. Well done.
Man, he is flying today. Look at him go. I shouldn't say today. He does it every time. Thank you so much, sir. 760. Oh, 81. 781. Look at that. All right. Yeah, that helps with all these TikTok algorithms, I guess. All right. So if anyone has any antenna radio questions, please feel free to ask. If you guys want to join the live, send me a request. We're just hanging out, drinking some coffee. Oh, things are staying pretty steady at the shop, actually. And yeah, I've done a few videos. I should do another one today. Yesterday, we just didn't have the time. I want to do a live video from the shop, and but same thing, just too busy with customers coming in. Didn't have time, but we got some inventory in last night. Maybe I'll do a video on that if we're not too busy. But thank you for asking, Thomas. It's going pretty good. There's the skip starting to roll in. If any of you guys want to know what the solar cycle's like as far as skip goes, propagation, you can download an app to your phone. It's called Ham Solar, and it will tell you uh, on what meters the propagation is good or bad. Alrighty, folks. So if you're not familiar with ham clock, ham solar, sorry. Let me pull it up here on my iPad. So there we go. It says right there, from 12 to 10 meter during the day, good. At night, poor. So you could look at stuff like this, and that kind of help you with shoot and skip. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little gadget there. You can set it to your area. Yeah, it sounds like that skip's going to start rolling in. Oh, here we go with the smart asses. Man, look at that. Up to 1,000 likes already.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you so much. And I'm surprised how slow it is out here this morning. Yeah, it sounds like we got some guys driving through and maybe some skip rolling in there at the same time. All right, we got a little flash goal up there with some lightning bolts.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you this morning?
I'm not too bad, yes. Just been playing a little bit of radio on 10 meters, and it's been quite good.
Oh, that's good.
We've
Yeah, we
just,
just got skipped just now, started to roll in.
yeah, a bit early for you guys, I think. Is it? What time are you? 5 hours? Yeah, no, you should still be on the go.
Yeah,
Whereabouts are you located? Are you east, west, or middle?
kind of in the middle, right?
In the
I'm in New
middle.
Mexico, so it's
About six
right
or
next to
7 hours
Texas.
difference to me then.
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock in the morning here, 7:13.
6 hours of difference then.
Yep.
Yeah, so
I was just
we've had quite a bit of Caribbean on 10 meters and in Belize, and then we had Gambia as well, and Kazakhstan. So nothing new for me, but it's, well, new band, but not new DXCC. They're kind of hard to get when you're over 300.
yeah. Yeah, it was I was just showing everybody a little app they can download through their phone, and it's called Ham Solar, and
Okay.
it just shows the propagation cycles.
Yeah, I've got that on my computer or something very similar. I don't even know how we're looking today, what it's supposed to be. Let's have a little look. Well, the K is down a little from yesterday. The signal to noise is still very high, but it's below the SFI, which is very high at 204, so it's good. The A is 16, so that's still a little bit high again, but yeah, everything's workable. It's going to be a bit noisy further down the band zone, 40 and 80, even at night time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Hey, Dave, would you mind giving me just 1 minute? I have to help my wife real quick open the gate. It's pretty windy out here, so she
Yeah,
can't
not a
get it.
problem, my friend, not a problem.
No, thank you so much. I'll be right back. But go ahead and talk, and if there's any questions, answer them,
Yeah.
and have fun. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
Anybody else there want to join in? I'm Dave. I'm a ham and also an 11-meter guy. I'm on the east coast of Scotland. Been into radio for 45 years now. So any questions, throw them this way. I'm going to be buttering my lunch. I'm going to have a sandwich. So any questions from anyone? Anybody want to pop in with any questions, antenna or radio related? Amplifiers? Any questions? Unfortunately, if somebody's trying to get in, I can't authorize that. That'll need to be our host. Our host is out helping his wife open up a gate. Hello, Jonathan.
All right. Thank you so much, there, Dave.
That's okay. No questions came through. Maybe they don't understand me. Maybe my accent's too strong.
That's okay, man. Yeah, it's really windy here today. Dang.
What do we have here today? We have 6 degrees and 12 miles an hour.
Yeah. It's supposed to blow 65 to 75 here today.
Did you guys have a hurricane coming over Texas there on Friday? Somebody
Mm,
said something last night in one of the other groups when we were talking about weather, and he said there was a hurricane. I knew there was some tornadoes a little bit further north, but I didn't know about a hurricane.
yeah, I don't remember anything about a hurricane, but there was a bad outbreak in tornadoes. There was 228 tornado warnings, and I think 26 tornadoes touched down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
something.
pretty
And
cool.
37 people lost their lives. So
Wow.
it was pretty bad.
Is that like
The,
up further north than you, like
east.
east of you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just
Tornado Alley
yeah,
starts at the east end of Texas and goes up north all
yeah.
the way to like Minnesota, the bottom part of Minnesota.
Okay.
And
Somewhere I'd like to live is Montana.
boy, it's beautiful up there.
Yeah, it's similar. It's obviously larger, but it's similar to my west coast of Scotland with the mountains and so forth. Colder,
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah.
a lot of the mountains are a bit higher.
Sure. Have you ever been there or just seen
I
pictures?
haven't. I would just like to go there. I've been like further north. I've been up in British Columbia,
Yeah.
and yeah, that was absolutely wonderful. But I think a little bit further south into Montana there, I think would be good.
Yeah. I think I used to live in Minnesota for a while and it was beautiful up there.
Yeah.
Um, but Wyoming, Montana, I've been all through there and it is really pretty. If you're a outdoorsy person, oh, definitely a place to go.
Yeah,
Um,
not so much these days. I used to be. I've done quite a lot of what we call Munros here, or the highest peaks in the UK. So yeah, but my knees are a bit buggered now for doing a
yeah,
lot
it's
of that.
fun getting old, ain't it?
Yeah, especially when you're. I've had arthritis since I was a teenager. So yeah,
Oh,
it's.
yeah, that's no fun.
So I just put it onto Temira's FT4 there, and we have Belize and the Cayman Islands coming in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep, and further up the band, we've got. Let's see if we've still got them.
Yeah, my wife years ago went on a cruise and went all through Belize and stuff like that. And lately,
I
she's been bugging me to go on a cruise again, and I'm like,
have a
babe, I
friend
used
that
to be
goes
in
to
the Navy.
Belize all the time. He does a lot of expeditions there.
Oh,
So
cool.
does all like the CQ Worldwide from Belize because there's a big contest station there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. So it's kind of funny, Dave. My wife's been bugging me to go on a cruise, and I'm like, babe, I used to be in the Navy. I did enough cruising.
Busman's holiday.
Yeah.
We call it, yeah. I don't know if you got that term over there. We call it a busman's holiday, you know.
Yeah, had enough of that.
I was never in the Navy, but I spent 30 years in well, all around the world in the sea of some kind.
Oh, wow.
You in Texas there in New Mexico, I presume you got lots of land-based drilling rigs, or I did all of my offshore work on oil rigs in various parts of the world.
That's cool, man.
When I came to the US and I went out to some land-based drilling rigs in Texas there, it was yeah, it was a complete eye-opener compared to what I am used to on the drilling rigs offshore. Yes, completely different. So,
Interesting. What was the big eye opener for you?
oh yeah, no safety
Really?
whatsoever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. No wonder there's so many people killed in the oil fields in Texas.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good friend of mine, Jeff, that used to work for Halliburton.
Hmm. Do you know what he did with Halliburton?
No,
It, they do so much that they probably got about 300 disciplines or more. And
interesting.
I was a subsea controls engineer. I also built the subsea Christmas trees that go on the seabed, the big lumps of metal,
Yeah,
did all that. But now I build the equipment onshore rather than work with it offshore.
yeah. Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, I guess my job's pretty boring. I just fix radios.
Yeah, I've got an FT 101 and bits on the bench.
Nice.
Yeah, it's losing PLL lock. It's fine if you stay in band. It's fine. It works away 100% perfectly. As soon as you go out of band for general coverage, it loses PLL lock and the screen just flashes and you get nothing. It just goes completely dead. Turn the power
Yeah,
off, turn it back on again, and it goes back in band and it's fine. So I'm trying to figure out what that is.
that sounds like you got a bad resistor in there somewhere.
I've been through every component on the boards.
Okay.
Changed out a few suspect caps. Well, it's 98% fully recapped. There's just a couple
Yeah.
that I can't get at the moment. I'm waiting on them coming, but it's still dead. And I don't think it's those caps because they're all reading fine, even with voltage across them. So,
Yeah. Interesting.
yeah, it's
Sometimes
annoying.
we get some interesting stuff across the bench, and it's something that you really haven't seen before or haven't seen in a long time, and you got to sit there and mess with it and figure it out. But
I've
the
asked.
biggest thing that I see in the shop is bad solder joints.
Mhm. Bad solder joints and leaky, excuse me, leaky capacitors
Mm-hmm.
on the older stuff, especially.
Sure. Yep. A lot of the older stuff that people store them out in sheds and stuff like that, and they get too hot.
Yeah. Well,
It's no
in my
good.
case, it's too cold.
Yeah, that too. Sure.
Yeah, I've actually got a fan um, on my shed to suck out warm air, any moisture. I've got like vents in it, and also a little battery powered, which has a little solar panel, keeping it good, and it just sucks out the warm air out the shed.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, keeps it dry inside as well. But yeah, I've got my amplifier and bits as well at the moment. I've had a relay go down. So I'm just waiting on a new relay coming. It's a band switching relay.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if you know the amplifier is SPE.
Hmm.
They're Italian expert
Interesting.
amplifier. Or experts is more commonly known as SPE expert.
Yeah.
It's a solid state
Interesting.
amplifier, 2 kilowatt one.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man, that Jim over there at 307 amps, man, that guy is talented. He
Who's
does a
that, sorry?
beautiful, beautiful job. 307 amplifiers.
Okay,
You
yeah, yeah.
can, yeah, you can look him up online. That guy does excellent work.
Yeah, I just tend to try and fix everything myself first. And if I can't fix it, I send it back to the manufacturer.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, but unfortunately, this is made in Italy, and it weighs about 20. Oh God, I don't know how. What would it be? 62 pounds.
Wow.
It's a heavy amplifier. I think I said two point
Yeah,
two pounds. It'd be 65 pounds, something like that.
yeah, I've got that big Astron power supply. It's got that huge transformer in it, and it's the same way.
The 50 amp one with the
Yeah,
100 amp. You get a 50 amp and a 100 amp one, don't you?
I've got the 70M. Yeah, 70 amp.
Okay.
But
Obviously, there's
there's a
one of the two that I
resistor.
didn't know about, but I know you get a 50 and a 100 amp. I didn't know you got a didn't know you got a 71.
Yeah, the cool thing about the 70M, there's actually a resistor in the board you can change, and it will do 100 amps continuously.
Okay. I'm looking at some of the one of the amplifiers here. I take it he does mostly 11 meter amplifiers or 10 stroke 11 meter amplifiers.
Yeah, for the most part, that's what's popular out here.
Yeah. See, that looks good.
But he can build you anything you want.
Yeah. The problem we have across here, they've all got to be CE marked.
Oh, I
You've got to
see.
go through it's like your FCC, everything that's built and has got to come into America has got to be FCC certified, whereas here in the UK, it's got to be CE certified. So looking on that, looking at some of the pictures there, there's no band pass. So that would be
Yeah,
one of our things that you'd have to put a band pass, separate band pass filter on it.
I wonder if he could add that in for you.
Going by the design, it looks like there's plenty of room. I got a friend that lives close by to me. He likes buying American built antennas, and he's got a couple of the Mr. Coily ones. They seem to be doing the job. They're not falling apart yet, and we get some wins here. So
Yeah, tell him he should look at the Colossal 10K.
Colossal 10K. Let's have a look.
By 05 antennas.
Zero
Those are
five.
probably, yeah, those are probably one of the best built antennas I've ever seen in my life. Hey, Dan, good morning. I just actually became a dealer for him.
Okay. I think he paid as much for the import of his antennas as he paid for the actual antenna.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he has one of them. He has this one. He has which one does he have? Yeah, the Colossal 10K 5/8 wave. He has one of them on top of the tower.
Yeah, I like those. And
Yeah,
it was
500. I
pretty.
think it was nearly $500 for shipping and import, and it cost five hundred
Wow.
dollars.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I was talking to him and became a dealer for him, he was talking in his area. He lives out in Illinois. And he said the ham guys are real popular out there. And how are they out here? And I said, well, out in New Mexico, the ham isn't as popular as the GMRS.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, really? And I said, and I was joking. I said, you ought to make me a mini colossal base antenna for GMRS radios. And he goes, I can do that. And I said, really? So he's going to make me one of those. That's kind of cool.
That's good. I've got a 40 meter vertical, an 80 meter vertical, and a 30 meter vertical. I made all of them myself, and we have an aluminium supplier here in Aberdeen, and I just buy everything from them. Just get the 7076 aluminium, and yeah, nothing ever moves, nothing breaks. It's aircraft quality. It doesn't. I'm not too far from the sea here either. It doesn't corrode.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's real good stuff.
that's cool. Yeah, Dan, good morning, sir. How are you doing? I hope you guys are doing great. I'm talking with Mr. Dave here in Scotland.
Well,
As
I
if
don't
you,
actually know your name, so
my,
can I?
my name is Jason.
Jason. Okay, yeah, because I have TVCB
Yeah,
shop, but I
that
don't have
stands for Thunder Valley. Yeah,
Thunder Valley. Okay.
yeah. You can look it up. You can Google it, Thunder Valley CB Shop. It'll come up. And my handle on the radio, I've been the Wolfman since 1986. And I had some friends that actually gave me that nickname. In 1986 is when that movie Top Gun came out.
Okay.
And the actor in the movie that played the Wolfman, all my friends said I looked like him, and that was it.
Cool. Yeah, I can see your Ranger there. Yeah, as I said, I think I said yesterday, we had ones very similar to that called the Ham International Jumbo.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a derivative of, or a copy of, and they all come out because there's other ones. Galaxy is it as well?
Yeah.
Look the same. So, but obviously updated now.
Yeah, they look very similar, but there's a lot of different features in it for sure.
Yeah.
This has been a really good radio. I've got two of these, and
Hmm.
I love them.
Yeah, because the one can you change between channelized and frequency?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was actually going to put one of these at the shop, but I don't have the room.
Okay. Do you work from a separate shop, or is it from your home, or
No, we have an actual shop that's 16 miles from the house here,
okay?
and it's located at Lisa's Truck Stop,
Lisa's
and
truck.
uh, and yeah, it's an ideal location because I'm right there in the parking lot, so it's perfect.
Good. So you get a lot of lorry drivers coming through and want their radios repaired, and that's
Yeah,
good. We used to have quite a few CB shops. A friend of mine actually had one, but it kind of CB died off over here. They made it illegal for you to touch the microphone, like you can't use your mobile phone. So if you get caught using a CB, you get charged with an offence, driving offence. So
yeah. I
kind
don't
of
think that's too smart.
yeah, it kind of died a death over here. Plus, a lot of the companies wouldn't allow you to have CB radios in the lorry because
Yeah,
it
that's not smart.
attracts you. So, yeah.
Yeah, the CB radio has saved many lives. That's for sure.
Mhm. Especially with your roads are so busy, on the big interstates, and then you've got all that back roads which aren't busy. And if a driver has an accident, it might be somewhere that the telephone doesn't work. So you've always got CB.
Absolutely. There's a lot of like rolling hills out here, and
Hmm.
if there's an accident at the bottom of the hill and you're on the other side of it coming over the top, it's good to know that.
It certainly is. You guys have got a massive space. Australia's got a massive space, and they use the CB widely in their lorries as well. So it does make sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of things over here in the UK don't make sense.
Yeah, like man, don't get me started on like knives and guns and stuff like that, but I don't understand that.
Well, we've got too much knife crime going on at the moment. We've got a lot of kids taking knives to school and they're stabbing pupils. So yeah, that's why knives are banned. You can't have a locking knife over here. You're not allowed to have a blade over 3 inches long that locks. If you get caught with that, it's a jailable offence.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. That's like saying the spoon made you fat.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? The weapon isn't the problem, it's the mental state of the people.
Yeah. That's why going back quite a long time ago, I used to have a pistol, a handgun, but then they brought out that it's illegal to have handguns. So we had to hand them in. We never got any compensation for it. We just had to hand them in. That was it. My one, not expensive. Doesn't sound expensive. My one cost me £1,000 back in 1980. So that's about £7,000 now in money terms.
Wow.
So, it's well, it was a lot of money back then. £1,000 you could buy a car for.
Yeah, sure.
That was a
Wow.
handgun. You just had to hand them in.
That's
But
crazy.
even though mine was only ever used in the gun club, but you weren't allowed. You're not allowed hand pistols in the gun club anymore either. But I can have a rifle and I can have a shotgun. I just can't have a pistol.
It makes no sense.
I can
And
do a lot
out
more
here, the
damage with
big,
my rifle than I can do a lot more damage from a lot further away
that's
with my
right.
rifle than I can do with a pistol.
That's right. Out here, the Democrats' biggest thing is assault weapons, the AR-15. That
Hmm.
is a little bitty bullet. It's a 22 caliber bullet, little casing behind it,
Yeah,
and you take a 308 hunting rifle, for example. It's four times the power of that thing,
yeah.
and
Well,
but
I have what we call a 22 or 22 rifle as well. It's a 17 shot. It's an old rifle, Dates back to the 60s, or maybe a little bit before that, but you can put 17 shot into the butt of this thing, and as fast as you can pull that trigger, it will fire. So you could do a lot of damage with that, even though it's only a 20.
Absolutely.
It's good for shooting pigeons.
Yeah. Out here in the desert, we have a lot of coyotes. And we live on 5 acres. And we got chickens, and we had a horse, we got dogs, and we had some pigs. Anyway, so those little coyotes, boy, they're sneaky little sons of guns, and you got to watch them. But
Yeah.
I got a
How dry
5 foot
is it
fence.
in New Mexico? Is it quite dry?
Yeah, it's very dry.
Very, yeah.
Yeah, and but those little suckers, even with the 5 foot fence, they'll jump the fence like it wasn't even there.
Yeah. I've seen pictures of, I've not actually physically seen one, but I've seen pictures of them. It's like a small dog.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are sneaky, and they don't care. One day, my wife and I came home, and I unlocked the gate and walked in, and two are in the yard, come around the house, walked right by me. They just looked at me like, whatever. And I carry a 45 on me, and
Yeah.
I, I pulled that out, and as soon as they seen that, they took off.
Yeah.
So they
Wow.
knew what it was.
Yeah. I'm just looking at 11 meters here just now. It's very busy.
What channel are you on?
27,555.
Oh yeah. Let me go there and let me see what I can hear. And the Acme 45. That's right, Dan.
Must be an Acme 45.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm
The
pointing
triple
towards
nickel
North
here is pretty
America, but
quiet.
hearing, yeah. You speak Spanish?
Very little.
Oh, it's Italian, actually. Sorry.
Italian and Spanish are pretty close.
Yeah. That's why I thought it was Spanish for a start, and then I was like, oh no, it's Italian when he started giving off Italian numbers.
Yeah.
I'm looking for any North America, but can't hear anything at the moment.
It's funny Dan said that, the Acme 45. So I do a little bit of old school pinstriping and lettering and painting and stuff like that. And I was going to do the Wolfman riding the Acme rocket on the hood of my truck.
When I think of Acme, I just think of Roadrunner.
And that's exactly what we're talking about. Yep. Yep. Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Well, my father's CB was Groundhog. My uncle's CB handle was Roadrunner, and
Nice.
I was Bigfoot.
That's cool.
Everything come from America.
Yep. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm surprised how quiet it is here on the triple nickel.
Yeah. Well, I'm hearing a lot, but maybe a bit quiet for you.
Yeah.
My 10-meter band is just full at the moment as well. So
Wow.
oh, there's a bleep. Sounded Russian. Yeah, it is Russian.
Yeah.
Kilowatt 5 Oscar Foxtrot.
There you go.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah. I think he's trying to work Jamaica.
Oh, cool.
6. I worked it earlier. 6. Is it 7 Yankee? Where is it? 6 Yankee, 7 Echo India. It's an Irish DX group. So Echo India from Ireland is their
Yeah.
call sign. So 6 Yankee, 7 Echo India. Are you a ham as well, Jason?
I started to get into the ham stuff, and the sad hams out here just turned me off.
Yeah, we have a few of them here as well. You know, you guys have got a slightly different setup to us, but we have like foundation, intermediate, and advanced. So foundation license is like your beginner. You used to have 10 watts, you've just recently put it up, so you have 25 watts, but you've got full access below 1.3 gig, any mode, any frequency. And
Yeah,
then you do your intermediate, and then it used to be 50 watts, and you've just put it up to 100 watts. Still full access. The only thing you can't do is work remote. And then you've got your advanced, where you have access to everything at 1 kilowatt now, or whatever the band legislation is. So I know you guys have got your different levels there as well.
yeah,
But you get a lot of the older, what we call G3s, which is, the guys from the 50s and 60s, calling out the M3s, basically saying that's not a real license, you shouldn't be on the radio, blah, blah, blah. Well, I had that for a lot of years. And, even when I was foundation, I did my foundation and intermediate in the same day, so I was an intermediate license holder. But I worked 300 on the foundation, 300 on the intermediate, and I've done over 300 on the advanced license now. Just because it's something that I want to do and try and do, I concentrated on big antennas. At my QDH build big antennas, big wire curtains, antennas, and wire V-beams and so forth, just to work certain places. I just kept an eye on where the D expeditions were and set up these
sure.
antennas pointing in that direction. But yeah, I used to take my login to the local radio club, and you had the older guys, and I'd put the log on the table. You never worked them. You must have been using an amplifier and so forth. And I said, no, I just concentrate on big antennas. You can come out to the house and have a look.
Yep,
In the end,
that's right. Antennas were that's where it's at.
that's what we said, 95% or 90% of the station. So I actually had a visit from the what we call Ofcom now, but it was, we used to call it the RTI. It's basically your FCC came out and inspected my station to make sure I didn't have an amplifier. They went up into the loft of the house and checked, and in the sheds, and came out. And I had that twice just because of jealous people not putting the effort in with antennas and thinking
Yes.
I'm using power. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, so I try and help out as much as I can with the younger guys and the people trying to come into the hobby, so they don't get that kind of thing where you get the older hams don't think you're worthy of it.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. And I remember when the Super Penetrator 500 antenna came out. Uh, this is 80s, and
Penetrator, yeah.
yeah, and the FCC visited a lot of people's house because they thought they were running power, but they weren't. It was
Nope.
that antenna.
It's when I was in the 11 meter days, I had a homebrew 4 element. This is how it was. I had me and my friend, another Dave. We basically built three antennas identical. I had one, he had one, and a friend not so far away had one. I had a 100-foot tower. My other friend Dave, he had a 135 fixed tower, a floating base tower, and the other guy had a 60-foot tower, but he was really close to the water. But between the three of us, we worked ODXCC in no time at all with these antennas,
Oh
just
yeah,
because of no more than 100 watts. old ham radios, not just a CBO, a small. Do you know a Linko? The
Absolutely.
Linko radios. This is a DX70.
Mm-hmm.
They're nice and small, but very good punchy audio on them. So we worked till DXCC back in the late 80s on when we were at the peak of the cycle on 11 again with these radios and these towers. But these, I've still got that antenna. I haven't put it back up yet. I've got a couple of little modifications to make it for 10. But yeah, these antennas were great. We used to get visited all the time by the radio interference people, the three of us. And these guys were absolutely astonished at how we had our station set up. We had proper grounding where the towers were. You know, we had proper earth bonding and grounding.
Sure.
In the shack, we all had buzz bars grounding outside the shack. We had all the proper coax and everything. But the guys were like, "But you're CB guys. How do you know all this?" And this is before internet days. We could do this. They said, "Well, we research, we read, we learn.
Yeah.
We're not idiots, you know." And like, we weren't causing any interference. It was a case of, "Oh, there's a new tower, there's a new antenna. We have to go and have a look at this." And that's what we had for years. But we became good friends with these guys, and we used to get a lot of information as well, because obviously they were more qualified than us. So, but that's how it goes. The three of us are
Yeah.
still on the radio. We all still have the same antennas. I've moved location from where I had the 100-foot tower. I've only got two 60-foot towers and a 50-foot tower now, but
Nice.
I can't have any higher because of I have helicopters flying over my house
Yeah.
because I'm in the flight path for the helicopters going out to the North Sea.
Sure.
I can put up a heli balloon, a helium-filled balloon with a kite, a helikite.
Yep.
So I can put that up, but I have to inform the airport that I've put this up.
Oh
Even though
wow.
I'm 15 miles in a straight line from the airport, I've still got to inform them.
Yeah.
I can go up
That's
to,
not a bad idea.
with my license conditions, I can have up to 1,000 foot of wire up in the air. But because of this flight path, I have to inform them.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Sure is funny
helicopters
that.
aren't supposed to come below 2,000 feet, but they do it regularly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's understandable. And it's funny about jealous people. I get a lot of them out here too,
Hmm.
and it's sad that they don't want to take the time to make themselves better.
One of the main culprits was it was a two mic one license holder, which is over here. It was the old novice license, and you know he had the same privileges as me, but you know he never took the effort to do anything. He just expected to be able to work everything on a damp bit of string, but it's not the way.
Right.
Especially in your low, we're blessed at the moment with being well, we're just over the top of the solar cycle, and we're heading down the hill. But we're blessed at the moment being able to work everything. But I've been there during the days where 10 meters is 10, 12, and 15 meters are completely closed because there's no propagation. And you'll find it yourself on 11 that on the bottom of the cycle, you just won't hear anything on it bar local people.
Yeah. Which I don't know. In a way, that's kind of a double-edged sword for me, right? So working in the CB shop, when I do radio checks with people, it's kind of nice not to have the skip rolling in.
Yeah,
Um,
I can understand that.
you listen to that crap all day, and the idiots out here it gets old. But what I like to do is, when we install an antenna or radio in someone's truck, I like to do a range test.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, it gives that driver kind of an idea of what his system will do, and it's hard to do when you get all that skip rolling in.
So you do when you're installing antennas in trucks, obviously you use dual antennas mostly, or single, or
I'm mostly single. I like single antennas. That system works a lot better than co-phased.
Yeah. See, I co-phase a lot of antennas here, and they do work in the respective directivity, but on the car, I only ever use one, the same as yourself, because with being co-phase, you can get a lot of, you know, you won't hear something in one direction compared to the other as well, I find.
Well, but the problem with co-phased is they got to be so many feet apart, and you can't do
Yes.
that on a car.
You can't do that in a car. It's well on a truck. With you guys' trucks, they're big enough. You could probably manage that, but you're probably too far out.
Yeah.
You're probably further than you actually need to be.
Well, if we're running, 2/4 wave antennas co-phased, they got to be 9 feet apart, right? And the
Yeah.
trucks are only 8 feet wide,
Hmm.
so you're kind of right on that cusp, And but I also tell people, not only will you get better performance out of one antenna, but it's also cheaper.
Yeah.
You only got to buy one antenna, one coax, and you're good.
Yeah. See, when you're mounting them, do you mount it on the mirror or do you mount it on the cab, or how
Well,
do
it
you prefer
depends
to
on the
do that?
truck. Some mirrors you can mount to. These newer trucks have these plastic arms on them, so you can't put nothing there.
Yeah. Are you
A
having a
lot of
lot of
times in the
cameras now?
what's that?
On the newer lorries across there, do you have cameras instead of mirrors?
So they just started coming out with that, yeah, on the Volvos.
We've got a lot of that here.
Yeah. So a lot of these trucks with these plastic mirrors, we put a mirror mount on the grab bar on the back of the cab, and then put an antenna there, and that works pretty good.
Yeah. We have too many plastic cabs these days. Everything at the back of the cab is plastic or fiberglass.
Oh yeah.
Gets a bit
Hey
hard.
Dave, Sandy Beach asked you a question. Because of the airport, Dave, do you have to put lights on your towers?
No, sorry, yeah, I just seen that. No, I don't have to put any lights on the towers because I'm not close enough to the airport. If you're within 1 mile of the airport, I would have to do that. But I'm 15 miles away. It's just because I'm in the flight path. I'm not allowed anything above 100 feet, even though we have wind turbines here that are 250 feet, literally a quarter of a mile away from me. I'm not allowed anything above 100 feet. It's a bit of a crazy situation.
Right? That makes no sense.
If I do put up the helikite, I do put a flashing, battery powered flashing little LED on top of it, just in case. Hope that answers your question, Sandy Beach.
Yeah, I think so. That's a good idea, putting that little LED up there.
Yeah, it's quite a bright one. It's 5,000 lumens, so it's quite bright in the dark,
Excuse me.
and the
Yeah,
kite's quite
that's
big
that.
as well. So
Yeah, that's a good idea. I've got a 60-foot tower here that I got to put up.
okay,
But what I'm doing is I built an addition on the corner of our house. Oh, excuse me, my nose is driving me nuts this morning. Ooh,
allergies or
yeah, must be. It's that wind.
yeah, blowing the sand up,
Yeah,
pollen
and
around.
so on the east side of the addition, I want to pour a big concrete slab so my wife and I can have a little patio to sit at. Well, I'm going to extend that pad another 6 feet, and off the end of it is where I'm going to put the tower.
Okay,
So I
I'm
just got to get the concrete poured.
yeah, I'm looking at changing a tower. I want to have one. You know what a hazer tower is?
Yes.
Yeah, so I want one of them to make it a lot easier to get antennas up and down. Um, I think I told you I've got arthritis, so I'm only 54, but I've had arthritis since I was a kid, and it's starting to get a bit of a pain now. So I want to change the tower to a hazer tower so I can just press a winch and that tower comes from the top of the tower all the way down to ground. So I want
Yeah, I
something like
looked at
that.
one of those. I don't know if I want it. I'm kind of on the fence about it. So the tower that I have, it's got a hinge plate,
Yeah.
so
My,
I can lean the
mine
tower
tilts
over.
over and come to ground, but it's a lot harder to do than what it is with the hazer tower.
Absolutely, yeah. But and I got enough room out here. I live on 5 acres, so I could just hook the winch of the truck up to it and let it down. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
But
mine just tilts over. I can just go out there just now in the space of 5 minutes. I can have this tower tilted over.
yeah, that's nice.
It's just getting the antenna. You've got to tilt the antennas up then as well to keep them off the ground. So with the hazer, you just bring it down until the element. Well, if it's a Yagi, you could bring that all the way down to ground. If it's something like a quad, obviously you'd only be able to bring it down to the length of what the spreaders are. But yeah, it just makes things a lot easier to work on. You can lift it up and put the boom on and build the actual antenna directly onto the tower. It makes things so much easier.
Absolutely. Yeah, those towers, I don't know about out there, but out here they're really expensive.
Yeah, they are. Going back 20 years ago, people couldn't give them away. The old lighting towers the lattice lighting towers or antenna towers were really cheap because they were going to more box section style
Yep.
for commercial use. So I got mine really cheap. I've got two heavy duty 60-foot ones, and I paid less than $1,000 for them. But now, if you to try and buy them, if you to buy a new one, if I was to have to replace that, insurance wise, it's £17,000. So that's
Wow.
$20,000 thereabouts.
Sandy Beach asked you a question. Hayes, how is it spelled, please?
Hazer. It's basically you have a tower, a triangular tower, and you have a cage that goes round about that on wheels, and you can pull with a winch. You can pull that up to the top of the tower, and there's a latching system there, which it goes past it and then drops down onto that, and then that's it fixed at the top. It holds on the wire and also the latching system, so you've got a double kind of lock there, and all you do to bring it down is you lift up a little bit on the wire. You then pull a cable and it releases the latch, and then it comes back down again. The latch is internal up the center of the tower.
Yep, Hazer.
Let me see if I can find a link for you. I think they have them on the WeMo website, Whiskey India Mike Oscar in Germany. But I was going to get one made here. I have a friend that makes towers here, just in Aberdeen. He does a lot of commercial work, and he just builds a tower and makes a cradle for it. So
Yeah, that's really cool.
yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, if you just put Hazer Tower onto Google, it comes up. Well, for me, it comes up with a lot of them.
Nice. Well, Dave, I got a lot going on this morning. I got to run by the post office, pick up some 102 whips that got delivered, head
Hmm.
over to the shop, start fixing radios, get a bunch shipped out today. So I better get going, but we'll definitely be on again tonight.
Yeah, I'll look out for you.
Thank you so much. And thanks for joining the live. It's always nice having you on here, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you letting me in.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day. And 73s, and God bless everybody.
Yep. Thanks very much there, Jason. And 73, have a good day and don't work too hard.
I'm going to try not to. We'll see what happens. So,
Yeah. Okay. By the way, I'm not working at the moment because I damaged my thumb earlier on in the year, and I've just had another operation in it. So that's the only reason I'm at home at the moment. Otherwise, I would be working too.
Oh, wow. Well, I hope you heal quick, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jason. 7-3 all. All the best.
73s. Bye bye.